Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Vail Valley Lights coming to you right now. Minus 17 Fahrenheit degrees at Beaver Creek, 0 degrees Celsius. You know, if you guys play Celsius. We are starting a great show today. We're going to talk about a lot of fun things. The Talon Challenge coming up Friday, February 4th. Vail Valley Lights coming to you now.
Oh man, it is Friday. Thank you so much, Bratzo. I am very grateful to be in the studio this morning with Emma. We had our little pump up song. We are not experiencing those 7 below temperatures, but I tell you what, they're like, man, leaving Eagle this morning. Whew, brisk. You walk out that door and your breath is just taken away. But hopefully, we'll be taking your breath away for an hour here on Vail Valley Live. We have a great show in store for you, and we're so glad that you're joining us. So, if you are watching on Facebook or on YouTube, please do a little chatting with us. Let us know where you're watching from, what you're up to. We love to hear from you throughout the show. Really, it makes me so happy to know where you're watching from, and also to actually, have any of your questions, to have it be interactive. So give us a shout. Let us know what's going on in your life out there. Now, let's see what's going on in our lives today. So first of all, we're going to be checking in with both Tricia and Bratzo. So Tricia's live in Vail Village. Bratzo is in Beaver Creek. So we'll have a look at what's going on with the resorts before we head into the weekend. We also have some beautiful jewelry to show you to get you ready for Valentine's Day, or some great watches too. So presents for everybody in your life for Valentine's Day. There's an upcoming challenge at Beaver Creek that you might want to start setting your goals for, because it's a pretty cool one. And then we'll also be talking about some headlines, some weather, and things are going to be warming up just a little bit into this weekend. So let's go ahead and maybe check in with Tricia, since we saw Bratzo. Let's see what she's up to this morning. So Tricia, oh my gosh, you're the most the most festive anybody
Oh
I could
yeah,
possibly think of on the start of the Olympics. Look at you go. I love this outfit.
I know. And I was like, hey, I gotta pull out the hat, the red, white, and blue. Luckily, my skater jacket is already a part of the color scheme, so it was pretty easy to pull this whole outfit together. But yes, we are starting the Winter Olympic Games 2022 over in Beijing, China, half a day ahead of us. And if you were up early enough, they were broadcasting live. 4:30 a.m. was when they started the telecast, and then 5 to 7 a.m. is when the ceremonies happen. Now, you don't have to watch it in the middle of the dark, little just before dawn, before the day breaks. You can wait till tonight, prime time. They're gonna have that for you. But I just thought I'd kind of get into the Olympic spirit right now. It's so exciting, and I think the Winter Olympic Games. I love summer games too, but the winter ones are so fascinating because we have the alpine events here. When we host the men's downhill and the Super G and the giant slalom, those events are in the Olympics. And then when we hosted the Alpine Ski World Championships, which were in 89, 1999, and then 2015, that was the male and female alpine ski races. So it's like having a mini Olympics right here in our own backyard. So I just always feel the special bond to the Winter Games because we've seen it up close.
Oh yeah, well, and then we'll get it to it in our headlines today. But Trisha, we have so many athletes that have spent time training here in Vail and are now going to be representing us in the Olympics. So
Yeah.
we'll get to some of those names. But oh man, it's so exciting to see our locals. Competing against the world and hopefully bringing home some titles. But yes, I'm right there with you, having that affinity for the Winter Games. Now, how's it feeling out there in Vail?
You know what? I mean, it's not because we were camping out in the top level of the parking structure, the transportation center. So it wasn't too bad. I can imagine if we get out, ask us in about 20 minutes, and we'll let you know. But I mean, I
Okay.
would definitely wear. I'm wearing my warmest long johns. They're fleece.
Cool.
They're like stirrup pant fleece. I don't know where I got them, but they've been my tried and true go tos for all the coldest days of the year ever since I moved here. So I still got them. And so I pulled out the big guns, the warm layers, and then I've got my base layer, which is a layer that's gonna wick away the moisture because you still will perspire, even on the coldest days. Your feet, your hands, your body. So you want that layer next to your skin, and then I've got my insulating layer, and I've got my down jacket here. You could also put like a windstopper layer, maybe underneath your down, or have a shell because I find on the coldest days, the wind just kind of gets through the down somehow.
Yeah, that's really good tips. Tricia, thank you so much. So full of knowledge. Love it. I knew I could count on you. Okay, well, listen, I know that you are dressed really warmly and you've got your fleece stirrup pants on, which, by the way, I hope the stirrup pants make a comeback. But you guys head in, and then we're gonna take a look at the weather, and we're gonna make Bratzo do a little dancing out there. We'll see how he handles this chilly weather. But all right, Tricia and Blake, we'll come back to you guys here shortly. Love the enthusiasm for the Olympics. I mean, come on. She was like the most, I love it. I just can't get enough. Okay, let's talk about what's going on with your weather, by the way. It's all brought to you by the outlets at Silverthorne. You're going to find them right off exit 205. We're going to find the elevated savings and also some great layering pieces for days like today when it is -7 outside currently. And so let's talk about what's going on with the mountain conditions first. So Vail reporting about an inch in the last 24 hours, and then Beaver Creek talking about, I mean, nothing in the last 24 hours, but in the last 7 days, 4 inches at Beaver Creek. In the last 7 days at Vail, also 4 inches. So currently they have good bases, about 50 inches or a little bit above. And then looking at our forecast, extended forecasts, it's all from opensnow.com. That's where we rely on for our winter forecast. And basically we're going to have some nice clear skies over the weekend. And then, whoa. And then we could maybe see like maybe a slight chance on Sunday, but it looks like it's more going to the just mostly cloudy route. So highs back in the 30s though by Saturday, and then kind of starting to climb as we get into the beginning of next week. So definitely going to be warming up a little bit. And then you can see here, right through Vail, nice, easygoing traffic this morning, clear roads, clear skies. It's definitely a beautiful day, albeit very cold start to this morning. But let's send things back out to Bratzo real fast while we are on the topic of weather and see how he is handling those temperatures at Beaver Creek. All right, Bratzo. Yes, you can see your breath. Whoo, what are you doing to stay warm out there? How are you and Barry doing?
Well, we're gonna go inside of the Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea Company right now. We're gonna be said Chris Pryor and begging for some warm coffee. That's what we're gonna do. That's the plan.
I think that's a really good idea. Now, tell me about your layering. Do you have fleece stirrup pants under your snowboard pants this morning?
Yeah. Well, we were just talking about it. Barry and I were just talking about how cold this morning is, and he was super nice. He brought hand warmers. I have a base layer, my snowboard pants. I have a sweater, a jacket, and another jacket. The only thing cold right now is my nose.
Yeah.
So if it falls apart in the middle of the thing and I become Lord Voldemort, we'll see. We'll see,
Oh my gosh, I love that we just brought Lord Voldemort into this show. All right then, for all you Harry Potter fans out there, keep that nose. Yeah, I can see it getting like a little bit red. All right, you guys head into Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea. We'll come back to you in just a little bit here to talk about Beaver Creek events. So, and Barry, nice work bringing hand warmers. Camera guy extraordinaire over there in Beaver Creek. Okay. All right, we're gonna take a break. Oh, wait, I can only see part of him. Wait, go back. There you are. Ah, there he is. Oh man, these two, I'll tell you what. All right, you guys, go warm up. We're gonna take a quick break, and then I did want to remind you too, though, that we do have a new YouTube channel. So if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure to do that so you don't miss out on anything. And the best way to find it is just go to YouTube and then type in Vail Valley Live. This is how I find it. Like, I don't try to memorize any sort of like numbers and no, just Vail Valley Live. Just search for it. Pops right up. You can subscribe, and then that way you don't miss out on anything that we're doing. We're live at 7:30 each and every morning. And then of course you can find us on Apple TV, on Spotify, on Roku. You can also find us on Outside TV channel 17 if you're here locally. So that's all right. That's kind of our business to attend to. But we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll have a look at your headlines, your coffee, your traffic, and so much more as we kick off this Friday.
Hi, we are the ski injury attorneys at Block and Chapleau. If another skier or snowboarder hits you from behind and injures you, you are entitled to monetary compensation. Remember, the downhill skier has the right of way. The uphill skier has to avoid skiers below.
You need to call an attorney to protect your rights. It's important to preserve the evidence immediately. If you've been injured on the slopes, call Block and Chapleau today at 970-926-1700. We've been helping injured skiers and snowboarders in Colorado for over 30 years. Block and Chapleau has offices in the Vail Valley, Frisco, and Denver to serve you.
Your case is our priority. Call us at 970-926-1700 or go to vailjustice.com.
What does the future of strength look like? It's a personal trainer that assesses your strength and adds weight as you progress. It's dynamic weight that adjusts for you in real time for a more efficient workout. Come on! And it's a roster of coaches that motivates you to get stronger, faster. The future is strength you can feel and results you can see. And you can only experience it on Tonal.
Em and I were just talking about how entertaining our commercials are right now. Like Meredith and I were both like, "Oh, this tonal thing, this is really cool." All right. Also, before we get into our business here, I wanted to say hello and good morning. Ride Divide says, "Good morning, VVL. Stay warm out there." Yeah, seriously. Barry and Blake and Tricia and Bratzo, I'm very grateful that Emma and I get to be nice and warm and cozy here in this studio this morning. And then also LA. Good morning, Vail Valley Live. It's my last day on the mountain before heading home. Hi. Good morning. We haven't heard from you a little bit. I'm so excited that you're here in Vail, because I feel like the last time we talked, you're going to be coming out here, and you had just been to Antarctica, and you were telling us that Vail trumped Antarctica, which I think is amazing when you're that well traveled. But so I'm so curious, Ellie, like, what's your plan for today? Are you going to be getting out like first chair? Are you like don't care that it's -7? I'm obviously you probably don't, because you were just in Antarctica. So anyway, I want to know your plan for your last day on the mountain. But I'm so glad that you're joining us. So let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what's going on in your lives. We'd love to hear from you. And one way that would be a great way to stay warm this morning. You just saw Bratzo and Barry over in Beaver Creek. They're heading to Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea. And not only do they have delicious, coffee and empanadas and, great things to get your morning started, but I did want to let you in on their après menu. So after you hit the hill, they have some hot loaded cocktails. For instance, they have the Uller hot chocolate. It's Ghirardelli hot chocolate with Uller peppermint cinnamon schnapps. And of course, it's named after the Norse god of snow. They have the Daily Grind, which is 39 North Spice whiskey, coffee, Irish cream, vanilla with milk. They even have the Rock and Chai with Rock and Rye whiskey. So anyway, they have some great options for staying nice and warm or getting really cozy for your après. So check them out. They're our local coffee and tea company, and we love them. Now, we also love our Vail Daily and checking out what's going on with our headlines today. Definitely a meaty one. Em and I were going through this morning. There's a lot of good reading in today's paper. So first of all, beautiful shot on the front page by Chris Dillman. This is birds of prey and grouse mountain kind of peek through the aspens on Wednesday at Beaver Creek. Love this. And then, of course, a different type of I guess for a different form of water is the big topic of this morning. So there's a co-op that works on keeping water on the western slope, and they're taking a stab at rewriting a controversial bill that's aimed at curbing for-profit water speculators. So that's all on page A2. So you can dive into that. I know water is always a very controversial topic. So if you want more details, you can get those from Heather Sackett on page A2. Now, also something else that happens to be a very hot topic is traffic. And I know, I'm sure a lot of you that are watching there don't live in the mountains. You're like, yeah, right. You guys don't have traffic problems, but we do have some issues with especially before school drop off and pick up for the Vail Mountain School. And so there are some possible solutions, including maybe some speed limits, some school zones. So that's all happening on page A3 today. And then as we scoot on through, Tricia and I were just talking about this. So Vail runs super deep when it comes to Olympians. Now, this goes through a lot of the Olympians that have been part of Ski and Snowboard Club Vail, and then have also maybe gone to school here. So, for instance, Aaron Blunk, he's a buddy of mine. He lives over in Crested Butte. He recently just got married, and the guy has been crushing the half pipe. But he definitely spent some time training here, even though he lives in Crested Butte. But Colorado local guy. Same thing with Alex Ferreira. Alex lives over in Aspen. Both of these guys, Aaron and Alex, are heavyweights in the half pipe. So really excited to see them doing so well. And of course, love that they did some of their training here and got their foundation here, which is amazing. And then of course we have, Kai Owens and Faye Galini. We were talking about her on the show. She's a friend of Meredith's, but I love that we have these local athletes. Zoe Kalapos, amazing. So if you are not familiar with a lot of these names, pick up the paper today and get to know some of these names you're going to be hearing over the next 2 weeks while these athletes pursue those medals. And hopefully we're going to come home with some big ones, but amazing chances too, because these athletes are so talented. So also on the scheme of athletes, so Kai Owens did get injured, but she has a chance to still keep going. She's just got to make it to the top 10 on Sunday for the second qualification. And apparently her eye is swollen shut, so they're trying to do some magic to get that fixed. But my goodness, if anybody can pull this out, it is Kai. So you can learn more about what's going on and what she's got facing her as we go into the Olympic qualification rounds. And then, of course, my favorite thing about Fridays is weekend picks with Tricia. So she's going to give you a rundown about the Olympics, and then also there's a snowshoe for Peru that's happening in Eagle this weekend. Also, cocktails and canvas, skimo races. So she covers it all, and you can find it on vaildaily.com, or of course you can pick up your paper in any one of those blue boxes today. It's totally free. Okay, I did I heard some things. Emma, who's that? Bratzo and Barry back there? Heard them talking? Okay. We should talk to them. Maybe you know what? Before we go to them, is Tricia available? Because I want to talk about some traffic with Tricia, because she had the furthest to drive today. All right, Tricia. Okay, I can't with you in this outfit. This is making me so happy. Tell me about the roads getting over there to Vail this morning.
You know what? The roads were really good. I hate to say they're really good because then I give people this false hope that they just go fast. Please, keep it down throughout Dow Junction, the S turns by Walcott on Interstate 70, the narrows up going up Vail Pass, but really dry. I don't know how any of it melted off in the last couple days, but the roads are great.
It's what an improvement.
The thing you'll worry about is traffic coming up from the Front Range today.
Right. Yes, good point. And Emma, do we have some of those traffic cams? Can we show everybody? All right, Tricia, we're going to show them what you're talking about. Yep. See, Dow Junction moving smoothly. It looks like all of the traffic cams have a little bit of frostbite this morning. They all have like some frost that's stuck to the lenses, but otherwise it's pretty nice and clear. A lot of sunshine out there. Okay, Tricia and Blake, tell me where you are and what you're up to, because I know you got a plan. I know there's a reason you're
Okay.
standing there.
Well, Ashley, we have a rare sighting. Ice on the Gore Creek. Take a look. It's right in the middle. A lot of times it's on the sides, and we'll see it. And we always kind of say that, like, a lot of our creeks and rivers don't actually freeze. Like, I grew up in North Dakota, so that's where I learned to ice skate, was on the Cheyenne River up there. And so we just always had that water being a little more active and on the move. But they'll just tell you, it tests how cold it is. But the reason we came down to the International Bridge is because the town of Vail has installed a big screen TV. Okay, so let's move back a little bit so you can just see kind of how big it is. So it's got Discover Vail on it right now. But throughout the next 2 weeks, basically, from today through the 20th of February, they're going to be showing the Olympics. So when you're coming off the slopes or going to and fro, going to dinner, it's going to be right here. It's near where Winterfest is. And little Olympic trivia. Ashley, do you know when the first Winter Games were?
No, I do not. Please tell me.
Okay, 1924 in Chamonix, France. And they were called International Sports Week. And it consisted of 16 events and athletes from 16 different countries. Now we know that has grown so much. In fact, the events at the Winter Games have tripled since then, and the participating countries has quadrupled. And then another little fun fact, the Winter Games and the Summer Games were always hosted in the same year, 4 years apart, until 1992. And then they changed that. And a lot of that has to do with, how sponsorship became such a big deal, and corporate sponsorship, and to spend money on 2 Olympics within 1 year. So they're just kind of spreading out the money gathering aspect of that. And then some major geopolitical events have, affected the Olympic Games. Probably the most, the biggest one was World War II. That actually canceled the games for 12 years. And then the first one that was held after World War II is in 1948. And guess who wasn't invited?
Ooh.
Germany and Japan did not get invited.
Shocking on that. I didn't realize that it was 12 years in between, though. That's really interesting. Oh, Tricia, you with all the fun facts this morning. I love this so much. Also, so I was just LA's chatting with us, Tricia. LA was in Antarctica, and then so she's here, and so I was asking her what she's doing, and so she said she's here, she's waiting for it to warm up, and you'll see her later today in her red expedition jacket on Riva Ridge. Yes, LA, amazing.
Oh,
right?
all right.
Yeah. And then Rodney says, "Hello, LA. I had to turn on my home and car AC yesterday. Warm and muggy now in Charleston. Yuck." Yeah, not warm and muggy here today, Rodney. Definitely not. Oh my god.
Not at all.
No.
Oh, that's so
definitely
cool.
not.
Well, I hope LA has a great time out there.
Yeah.
LA, if you want to do a walkabout, come find me in Vail Village. I think we'll probably pop into the Gorsuch Ski Cafe in a little bit to stay warm. I do have one hand warmer. Blake had an extra, so
Just the one.
I'm like, hey, here's my hot hand. Woo! But you know what? Hey, I gotta say, at least there's no wind.
Oh.
So I don't feel like wind.
That's true. Wait, leave it to Tricia to be positive about -7 degrees, but there's no wind. Okay. Well, listen, you two, you and your hot hand, go warm up that other hand. And thank you, Blake and Tricia, for hanging out there and braving the conditions. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with more Vail Valley Live.
Since retirement, I've been trying a lot of new things with Frank's Red Hot. It's the perfect blend of flavor and heat, like me. And it's great on all the recipes I've mastered. I put that on everything.
You are an electric vehicle. Electricity powers your heart. Want to feel your heartbeat faster? Drive an electric car, where the loudest sound is the beat of your electric heart. This is the new Nissan.
Love is the theme all month at Nap Harvest, and they invite you to experience their love of food, flowers, and bees. Pick up a delicious dinner and dessert for your Valentine. Grab jewelry for a friend and bath salts for yourself, and show your love for the planet with Fill and Refill. Nap Harvest, your indoor farmers market, open 7 days a week.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Carrots Jewelers, creating heirlooms for over 50 years.
I love me some Carrots Jewelers, and I know I probably talked about it so much on this show, but they have created some really cool pieces for my family. So if you're looking for something that is very specific and creative, maybe it's like repurposing a piece of jewelry that you have, Carrots is amazing at doing that. So of course we are getting pretty close to Valentine's Day. I'm not sure that they can necessarily turn that around now, but maybe like start looking ahead toward like Mother's Day and Father's Day. Think about it. But today's going to be a great day to get out and do a little shopping, especially first thing this morning until it warms up this afternoon, because right now we're still seeing those temperatures below zero. It is a chilly start to the day, but the sun is starting to hit the valley floor already, so that is good news. We're starting to see a little bit brighter sunshine in the morning, and we're seeing that sun lasting a little bit later on in the evening. So high around 27 today in Vail, a little bit of a wind gust around 6 miles an hour. It feels like negative 17 currently. And then we'll see that overnight low potentially in the positive digits tonight. So getting out of the negatives. And then tomorrow we're looking at a high of 32, beautiful sunshine. And you can see that shot of the center of Vail right there, and that sun really starting to come out. But I love that you can see the steam coming out of the chimneys. It's so gorgeous. So beautiful, beautiful start to our Friday. And we really don't see much in the way of snow until like maybe some flurries on Sunday, maybe, but mostly we're going to see a lot of sun. And so looking at like the next 6 to 10 days, maybe an inch on Sunday, maybe like 2 inches on Wednesday, an inch on Thursday. So this is all coming from opensnow.com. Vail did report an inch in the last 24 hours. Beaver Creek, nothing in the last 24, but basically about 4 inches in the last 7 days for both resorts. And they're almost both 100% open. So Vail's 97% open. Beaver Creek is 93% open right now. And if you're going to get out on those trails, 267 to choose from, 25 lifts operating, and the lifts start turning at 8:30 this morning. And then over at Beaver Creek, their lifts start turning at 9. They are 93% open. They have 158 trails open and 24 lifts operating. So that is a look at that weather and your mountain conditions. But let's talk about what's going on in Beaver Creek. Also, Ride Divide saying live Olympics in Vail Village. Very cool. Agreed. Also, excellent emoji usage. Ride Divide. I think that's really cool because I personally, I don't actually subscribe to, cable. So I feel like accessing the Olympics, I have to do a little bit more like trickery at home to get a hold of it. So to have that just available, super cool. So yeah, I love that. Now let's go up to Beaver Creek with Barry and Bratzo. Hopefully they're staying warm with Vail Mountain Coffee and Tea. Let's check in with them and see. Oh man, Bratzo, you do look a lot warmer.
I'm happier. I'm getting color back. See, I'm getting my cheeks. I'm getting back in. I want to talk a little bit about, well, first of all, such a cool vibe here. I love this place. Such an international flair this morning. We have a lady from Colombia behind the counter. We have a lady from Costa Rica, Pura Vida, behind the counter. An American lady from Colorado, and the Peruvian host. You're another American host right here. So you have such an international flair. And talking about mix and international flair, we have the escalator blend. I love this because it's very representative of Beaver Creek. And you have a mix of Papua New Guinea and Colombian with a dark roast for a drip coffee. So, you can come in and get a lot of different coffees. Of course, as you mentioned before, the good empanadas. And maybe later, you can get a few little cocktails too. We have wine and an amazing selection and a variety. Do you already talk about the Talon Challenge?
I didn't. Okay, so Bratzo, Meredith and I were talking about this on Wednesday. So neither one of us have done it before, and we were trying to kind of get some tips about how to actually conquer this thing. Have you done it before?
No, I actually just heard about it, and it seems really, really, really crazy. 26,000 vertical feet with blacks and double blacks. that's going to be very, very interesting today. I would love to see that people try to achieve all that. There's a lot of celebrations also on the Talon restaurant, right where the ski races are normally. And everything is at 3:30, always a celebration. And then after that, you can come to the village too, and it will be events and celebrations also through all Beaver Creek Village.
I mean, let's be honest.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, I'm going to need to celebrate if I conquer 26,000 feet of vertical. Like, I'm going to need some sort of celebration for that. But, I mean, I feel like I should probably start doing some squats right now, get, like, the thighs going. Bratzo, like, when you're out on the mountain, are you seeking out, like, black and double black runs? Like, what's your go-to?
Well, I snowboard, so I don't care about moguls or none of that. That's not my thing. I love tree runs. I love trying to find some hikes and try to find some untouched terrain. On Wednesday, I was hiking Outer Seldom, OS. And that's kind of my thing. I try to get into trees and figure out where the sun hits differently so we can still have the best conditions. We did a river run and Christmas trees also on Wednesday, and they were delicious. They were delicious. Untouched powder. I try to get to the catwalk on the left side so I can go back to chair 2, and I almost missed it because I was getting amazing shots towards the right of the trees. It was just fantastic. So I had a blast. My legs still sore from Wednesday. We did a lot of work and a lot of hikes, so that's kind of my go-to.
I like it. I love that you just described that as delicious. That sounds amazing. Thank you for that, Bratzo. Okay, we'll let you guys, get some empanadas or maybe some coffee, and then we'll come back and check in with you here in just a minute. But I did also want to bring the chat in. So, LA, first of all, Ashley and Tricia, you can call me Lisa. LA are just my initials. All right. Well, Lisa, I like that we're actually like on a first name basis now. This makes me really happy. And then Dave Hale says, yes, very cool that televises Olympics by the International Bridge. Dave Hale from Traverse City, Michigan. That is so cool. Like, it is Michigan, right? Traverse City? Missouri. Yeah. Michigan? Michigan. Michigan. Sorry. Yep. Having a second. The M's. I'm not. I do need the coffee. Yeah, bring me in some coffee. But Dave, I'm so glad that you're watching. But yeah, I love the way that they just kind of create that atmosphere and just again to also support all of our local Olympians. And it's just it's a cool time of year to be here, definitely. So anyway, like Bratzo was saying, Talons Challenge is coming up the February 26th and 27th. So you can go to beavercreek.com if you want to sign up for that and kind of push yourself maybe beyond some of your limits, get inspired by these Olympians. Now, we do have Valentine's Day coming up in 10 days. So if you are someone that wants to maybe get a piece of jewelry for your loved one, or maybe you just want to get one for yourself, right? Or maybe you just want to support a local family-owned and operated business any time of year. Squash Blossom is definitely a favorite. So Hilary and Kevin, I cannot say enough good things about them. Like, not only are they incredibly passionate about the different gems and the different artists that they represent in this store, but they also have done so much to give back to our community. And, especially during 2020, when things were just weird and crazy, they were coming up with all sorts of different ways to not only like keep their business afloat, but then to support the community around them. And I just can't say enough good things. So let's send it over to Squash Blossom and get some inspiration for Valentine's Day.
We've got a coffee. We're ready to go. I'm stopped by Squash Blossom. Hilary Magner joins us now, and we're going to talk about an upcoming trunk show that you can find. And I love that you have designers from all over the world, but you've got one that's just over the way through Glenwood Canyon. We can find this designer out of Basalt, Colorado.
Right. Yeah, so this is Sarah Graham. She's been designing jewelry for 25 plus years. One thing I love about her pieces, they're all inspired by nature. So, we live in this beautiful valley, and you can take a treasure home, a trip treat, or, wear it any time. But
and she has such an organic look.
Very organic, yeah.
If you're not like a flashy jewelry person, you're going to like this.
Yes. And she will actually be in the store February 8th, 9th, and 10th. So if you have stones or anything that you want her to design, she can sit with you and repurpose something.
Oh, yeah.
So for example, I'll show you this. So this was a customer's diamond It's like a 2-carat princess cut. Look how she like just made it, offset it, and like it looks so cool. It could be a wedding ring or a right hand ring, right?
Just
Yeah, so if you're not wearing your jewelry, like again, wear your jewelry, people.
Stack your jewelry up like
Stacking
this,
rings,
too.
like look how fun that is. So she does, this is aspen. So this is like the bark of an aspen tree.
That's so cool.
Isn't that cool with the black? So you could be asking like, what is this black metal?
Yeah, what is
so
this
this
black
is
metal?
called cobalt chrome, is actually a type of medical used in the surgical industry. Like it would be put in hip replacements, and she oxidizes it. So it's very strong. It does like eventually wear off, but not on necklaces, but on rings, but she can but I just love how it matches with the yellow gold and the white gold, how it pops.
And it's kind of,
the
it's kind of got a matte finish.
Yeah.
So it's not too sparkly or anything.
It's not sparkly.
And then I love what she does with these men's rings, these awesome bands.
So this is pebble. She uses white gold and yellow gold, and then of course but so if men, I've actually sold one for a pinky ring for a man this year, but you could do it for a wedding band as well. There's no rules, right?
And then she's using more color this year.
So this year, these are all fun because these are all one of a kind. And with Valentine's Day around the corner, you got this cute little ruby, which is the stone of love, and then a pink spinel and a blue sapphire. So I love how she's starting to incorporate a little bit of color in her collection, and it's doing really, really well. So if you're not into the diamonds, but you like stones, we got you covered.
Yep, and you know what? You could do the layering thing, and Hilary can tell you all about that. So coming to Squash Blossom, the Saragram Trunk Show again.
8th, 9th, and 10th of February.
Okay, perfect. So check it out, and maybe get a couple of presents for people on your Valentine's Day list.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
Winter is coming, and you can enjoy every minute with Outside Plus, your membership to the outdoors. Whether you're exploring the backcountry or your local trails, Outside Plus has you covered. With expert advice on gear, product discounts, premium access to Outside TV and the Gaia GPS app, and inspiring content delivered from the most respected names in the outdoors. Become an Outside Plus member today to get free tickets and VIP access to this year's Warren Miller film. Join at warrenmiller.com/Outside Plus.
We love our new home. Lots of windows, great light.
But the birds. They're back.
Yes, I hear them.
Uh-oh. Why are these birds so angry?
At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
I'm going.
Hurry, hurry!
I know.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Live Sotheby's International Realty, Colorado's leading real estate firm. Contact their Vail Valley broker professionals today to help you live the life you love.
All right, so chilly start to the morning and sunshine already starting to make its way to the valley floor. And that's really going to be the dominant thing in our forecast for the next 5 days or so. And beautiful live shot from Vail right there. You can see that traffic just kind of moving along, the steam coming up off the roofs. And of course, that sunshine shining straight into that camera, which is how you can really tell that we're getting close to that daylight savings change up. So look at this. It's only -5 now. It's really warming up this morning. High of 27 in Vail, 32 for tomorrow, and just nice and clear and gorgeous. And then looking ahead in our extended forecast, maybe an inch of snow on Sunday, and then maybe some more snow for next Wednesday. But otherwise, beautiful, clear, great road conditions out there, and a great time to get out on the mountain because we're almost 100% open in Vail and also in Beaver Creek. So just to kind of give you perspective, so 150 inches for the season to date over in Vail. And keep in mind, coming up in March, they'll be switching their hours to 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. But right now, they're open 8:30 to 3:30. Over in Beaver Creek, 138 inches current season to date for their snowfall totals and 4 inches in the last 7 days. So they are open from 9 to 4 in Beaver Creek this morning. And a big thank you to Liv Sotheby's for our weather and mountain report. Well, I said we'd check back in with that Tricia Swenson girl, see where she is now. She was just over at the International Bridge. Is she available?
She might not be ready right now.
Nope, she's not available. All right, let's check in with Bratzo and Barry. I understand they have found some sort of an arcade. What? What? Okay. Hold on. What are you doing?
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just going to show the people. I have kids, and sometimes when you're waiting for the bus, which is right behind our camera right now, is this amazing place. So I don't know if anybody knew about this place. I just learned it. But sometimes when you come with your kids, this is what they need. And you know what? They have a little bar right across the street. So it's a win-win. So look at that. It's an arcade. We are at the Beaver Creek Lodge right in front of the bus stop. And they have this amazing arcade. All these fun things, all games like Pac-Man and driving games, all that kind of stuff right here. So you can hide from the weather. You can hide from your kids right across the street. And this is another option. You know, we just try to show you where the little gems are in Beaver Creek.
This is amazing. I had no idea that this was even available. Like there's some like good old school games in there, Bratzo. Are there any that you used to play growing up?
Well, definitely Pac-Man. Definitely Pac-Man is right here. And then you have that punching thing. Then, you know, I'm a boxing instructor. And every time that I go anywhere that machine is there, everybody's like, oh, you do it. And I suck at it. I'm not good at it. So I'm like, all right. I turn the hips and the whole thing. That doesn't work. You guys have to hit it with anger, I guess. But yeah, you have that punching thing right behind us. And, you know, always the driving things are the most fun for me. But,
oh yeah,
you know.
Definitely. I saw some skee ball back there. I love a little skee ball. What about in the toy chest? Like, what can we pick up with the claw? What's in there, Barry? Can you show us? Is it anything good?
You know, some very colorful little things. Elephant right there.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Nice.
Little cool stuff.
Yeah. All right. So you're just right in Beaver Creek, right across from the bus stop at the Beaver Creek Lodge.
Yeah, let's go outside and see if this works. Let's see if this door.
All right, see, yeah, first.
Well, this door is locked. I think I locked myself. But let's walk. Let's take you guys for a little tour.
Oh my God! Oh, you're okay. I know where this is. I'm so glad you're showing this to us right there. So you're gonna do a little Chrissy Sports, and
there's my boss.
Oh my gosh. This is amazing. This is very valuable information, you guys. I have a feeling there's a lot of people watching with kids who are like, oh, this is going to be really helpful, especially today.
Yeah, throw a few dollars more in your jacket, and then as you're waiting for the bus, have those kids happy. They will love you forever.
Yes, they will. Awesome. All right, you guys. Well, thank you for that insight to the little arcade there in Beaver Creek. We'll come back to you for more here in just a few. Now,
yeah, we're
Emma.
going to investigate what else is around.
Okay. All right. Yes. Keep on investigating. Do that deep investigative work. Okay. We're going to send things over to Tricia and see what she has discovered. Oh, I know what you found.
Oh, I know. You know what, Ashley? They didn't even give me the to-go cup because they're like, you're going to be here a while. And I'm like, yeah, I think I will. So I got my chai tea over at the Grositsky Cafe. But I wanted to talk a little bit about an Olympic event, if you will, that's not part of the competitions, but it is still pretty popular. It's pin trading. Okay? So trading pins. And what's interesting is people will come on over there and they won't even go to the games. They are just all interested in pin trading. And I learned this at the 2002 Olympics. So that was held in Salt Lake. So it was relatively easy for us in Colorado to go over there. So my friends and I, we picked a weekend. We drove over there. I did a little bit of work. I was working for Outside TV at the time over in Summit County. And I did a story on volunteers and a story on pin trading. And just kind of fascinating. And they gave me a few reporter ones. So these are from the Salt Lake Olympics. Coca-Cola, obviously a big sponsor. And you can see their little mascots there. And then I stopped by the Norway house. You know, USA has a house, Norway has a house. They all have their houses. And so we stopped by because my ancestors are Norwegian. So I got this little one that has the Norwegian flag and the Salt Lake symbol, and then the Coca-Cola, of course. And then
in true spirit, during the 2015s, we had a lot of pins here with the Michaela pin, the Lindsay pin, Ted Diggity, day one, all through all days you could get a different pin. And they had those could be sold right at the little store that was there. But when that came and went, but then the Vail Daily did these cute little pins for P&J. So that was the little, remember the little mascot there, and then it's got the structure and the little Colorado flag. So that's kind of cute. And then I interviewed someone from the women's U.S. hockey team from Vancouver, and then she gave me this pin.
Oh wow!
So I just love. So it says USA Hockey Vancouver 2010. So I just like my little pins.
These are so cool. Yeah. I mean, how special. I had no idea that pin trading was even part of the Olympics, because the last time I went was in 1996. I went to the closing ceremonies with my mom in Atlanta. But my goodness, but that was the last time I was around an Olympics. So that's very cool. Oh my gosh, Tricia. So is that something, do you know if the Vail Daily is going to be doing another one for this year?
You know what? I don't think we are.
Okay.
But I bet you know what? We could probably get you a Michaela pin. Of course, Lindsay is now retired. But you really want a pin, you get it in the chat, and we'll figure out a way to get you some. I got the underground market on.
I bet I bet you do. I bet you do, the pin market. That is so cool, Tricia. I had no idea that pins were even like a thing, that was even part of the Olympics. That's really special.
Yeah, and Ashley, can I give you a little more Beijing trivia?
Please do.
We have time? Okay, well, do you know now Beijing is the only city to host the summer and the winter games. All right? Okay. Usually, the winter games are in a colder climate, more of an alpine, Lillehammer, Albertville, that sort of thing. And the base elevation of Beijing is actually 141 feet above sea level. So, of course, the skiing events are not being held there. They are being held, they're taking that super bullet train, and I think it's more around like 7,000 feet above. But really not a lot of natural snow. So they have hundreds and hundreds of snow guns and all the equipment to create the snow. It's going to be windy there. It'll be very similar climate to South Korea, Pyeongchang. And so they've got these structures that are built to block the wind, especially for some of those events where they're getting in the air. Now, why Beijing? Well, really the only other choice that the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, had was Almaty, Kazakhstan. Oslo was in it, but once the IOC sent their list of, hey, we're going to need you to do this. We're going to need dedicated traffic lanes 24 hours a day for all of our, being such an egalitarian country, was like, we'll sit this one out. So that's a little behind the scenes.
Interesting.
Why Beijing.
Very interesting.
And one more thing. The reason Beijing is pouring in a sizable amount of money is because they're, the Eastern Asian countries are starting to see ski and snowboarding as tourism. So it's kind of, if they build it, they will come, and they're hoping to become a destination, a lot like, Japan. Japan has great skiing, and the Nagano Olympics helped put that on the map.
Interesting. Tricia with all the Olympic facts. All right. Very cool. Well, listen, you keep enjoying that chai and all of your pins, and we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be back with more of this Friday edition of Vail Valley Live.
Treat your dog to delicious, nutritious dog food. Specialty items and high-quality gear for dogs who love to get outside and play. Do-it-yourself dog washing and grooming services now available. Mountain Canine, the dog-friendliest shop in the Vail Valley.
your best with fashions from the outlets at Silverthorne. Mountains of brands to suit your style with savings up to 70% off every day. Don't forget to pick up a VIP savings card from the Colorado Welcome Center for even more discounts. Become an Elite Rewards member and earn amazing gifts. Outlets at Silverthorne, located 30 minutes east of Vail, exit 205 on I-70.
In the extraordinary, we're free to discover more together. Experience it for yourself this winter. Get your lift tickets today.
Get more information at VailYetiHockey.com. Go Yeti!
Vail Valley Live outerwear provided by Skea Limited.
Hi, I'm Hilary with Squash Blossom Vail, and today I'm going to talk to you about the squash blossom. So here today I have 3 squash blossoms. So the squash blossom is actually a really cool story. The Moors brought it over to the Spanish, and then the Spanish brought it over to the Native Americans. They would wear the naja, which is this crescent shape on the bridle of their horses, in battle. It was said to believe that when they wore the naja on the horses, it protected against the evil. So here's an example of the Navajo, and then here's a 1930s vintage fox turquoise, and then here's another example of one that has the turquoise in the naja, which symbolizes the child in a womb. I love wearing squash blossoms with like a black dress, a white t-shirt, because it's just so fun, and turquoise is the Mother Earth stone, and it's said to bring protection and luck. You can find these in store at Vail Village or on our website at squashblossomvail.com.
This Weather and Mountain Report is brought to you by Betteridge. Fine jewelry and watches with exceptional service since 1897, located in Solaris.
Okay, beautiful sunshine on the way for our weekend, and also some warmer temperatures, which I think is very welcome. And still holding steady at -5 out there in Vail, but it will be eventually getting up to 27. So that's going to be great for getting out on those slopes. I feel like, if you can go and maybe take your time, get some brunch this morning, and then head out as soon as things warm up just a little bit, may not be the worst idea. Or, just be hardcore like Tricia and Bratzo and just layer up and get out there before anybody else will early this morning. And, really good conditions on both Vail and Beaver Creek Mountains right now. So, for Vail, 97% open, 267 trails are open, 25 lifts are operating, and they have a 51-inch base right now. Over at Beaver Creek, 93% open, 24 out of 25 lifts are operating, and 158 of 169 trails are open right now. So definitely a lot to get out there and to explore. And, Emma was just saying that she has been digging the moguls lately.
I'm told that snowboarders don't like them, but I like the leg workout, I guess.
Yeah, but you're a snowboarder and you like them.
I think right now there's more snow on the moguls than anywhere else.
Oh, good tip from Emma. Go find some of the fresh snow on the moguls while you're here. So let's go back outside. Let's see. Who should we go to? Bratzo, Tricia?
Looks like he's shopping.
Bratzo's shopping? Where are you?
Oh, hey, I'm just trying new hats. I'm doing a little shopping. I'm in Beaver Creek Gear. This is a company owned by my friend Bob Baselli and Erin Baselli for the longest time, and they have such a cool stuff. So we were showing the arcade. So we decided, I was talking with Barry, and says like, all right, let's show people where to go. Let's give us some insights. This Beaver Creek Gear company have a lot of different cool stuff to bring. Like my beautiful hat. I know I'm rocking it with a style. So
yeah,
I'm going to give you a little... Now we're talking Olympics. This is a big seller.
Oh,
right
that's
there.
cute. I like that.
Do I look fast? Okay? And my favorite, my number one pick by Heather is this bad boy. Let's see how this goes.
Oh,
Dude.
yes. Bratzo.
Do I rocket it or what? And look at that. You can hide the ears too. That's what they told me. And you can go here.
Oh.
You're like a full Mongolian. I my horse and my eagle. Yeah.
That's yeah. You're definitely giving the Mongolian vibes. I feel like your ferrets would
And then
really
look
like
at
that one
all
too.
ladies love their pompons. At least my wife does.
Oh yeah,
So
love
look
some
at
pom
that.
poms.
The pompons here. This one have no pompon, but it have. Oh no, he does. Look at this.
Have some crystals on there.
I know I'm not the most beautiful model, but I
No,
listen,
I love it.
Get a few giggles out of you guys, you know. So,
Oh
a
my
lot of things, a lot of really. Let me go back to my Jekyll and Hyde personality. So you have all these T-shirts. Look at this variety of awesomeness, and you have jackets. You have all kinds of amazing things, amazing products. And Heather, the manager, super knowledgeable, a beautiful human being. So she will have fun with you guys and come and visit. Magnets, hats, all kinds of awesomeness.
Oh,
So,
that's really
just
cool.
a little bit.
Yeah,
And you guys, because
Oh, I was just going to ask
Go ahead.
about like the frames that are right behind you. Can you show us some of those frames back there?
of course, yeah, let's go take a look. Let's go take a look.
Oh, okay. All right.
Look at that. So you can put some of your cheeses, maybe a little piece of pate. You can have a little bit of your salad thingies, whatever this is called. I like to call them thingies. They got into this, dark zone of a lot of things that I don't know how to call, so they all become thingies.
Bratzo, ¿cómo
yes.
se dice thingies in Spanish?
Cosas. Cositas. Cositas.
There's a slang.
Oh my gosh, I love. All right, we're getting
Somebody
this.
did something cute. Yeah,
We're
when
getting this
somebody
Spanish
do something
lesson.
cute, you can call that too.
Okay, I like it. Cositas. I like this. Yes, so good. So yeah, we can go and we can get salad thingies or cositas, and also, I mean, like this is really fun. I like to going shopping with you, Bratzo. This is great.
Oh, look at all this! Look at all this! It's more of this variety of really beautiful, warm hats. They definitely look warm. And with a lot of fashion. You know,
Yeah,
sense of fashion. You ladies have to come and rock it.
Yeah, that looks like definitely an amazing hat for today. Okay, Bratzo, we're going to come back to you to say goodbye, but first we're going to send things over to our other fashion plate, Tricia Swenson. What are you doing?
Hey, you know what? We made our way down to Gondola 1 and check it out. Either they didn't look at the temperature or they just don't care. There's skiing to be happening. The line, we got the maze starting to get full, just before 8:30. That's when lifts open here on Vail Mountain, 9 o'clock over at Beaver Creek. But no, you know what? Like, we are getting after it this morning. And you know what? It's just going to be such a good day to carve and to just cruise on, the blue runs, the lemons. I would maybe even, if your ability level is up to it, head to schools today, or just some long runs where you just go the whole time. Because the more energy you exert, the more your body is going to stay warm. And then wiggle those toes, unbuckle the boots if you're wearing ski boots, and just wiggle those toes around to keep them warm. And then make the next lap. I would maybe take some gondola laps over in Lion's Head. Lion's Head has a little bit it's more conducive to some top to bottom skiing there, and out of that gondola. And then over at Beaver Creek, lift number 6. That would be to give you the guides and hay meadow, but that's more fair. But keep kids happy, and that candy cabin is open. So if you have to tell your kids, hey, 3 more runs, and we'll take you to the candy cabin. Now that's the bribe I would offer.
Yeah, either that or your husband. Husband or kids, either way, same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, for your spouse, you might want to say, okay, 3 more runs, and we'll let you go get a hot toddy at the Ritz or something.
Yeah, that might be a little bit more appealing. All right, listen, Tricia, we gotta close this thing out. Let's bring Bratzo back in. Let's see if he's rivaling your fashion this morning. Did you see him shopping? That was super fun. I feel like I need Bratzo to try on all the stuff before. Oh, Bratzo, you're not shopping anymore, but I feel like you're gonna be our new shopping buddy. Okay, you guys. Well, listen. It's 8:30. I'm yapping way too much. I tell you what, let's maybe on the count of 3, we'll all just say Happy Friday, and we'll just send people on their way. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.